Hi, this is Gadget Man 404 and today I'm doing a little review on a Nano quadcopter. I would say this is very similar to the Red 5 version. On the box it just says QX4. As you can see, very small, and in comparison this is the controller to the quadcopter, and as you can see the quadcopter can fit on top of the controller. That's how small the quadcopter is and how big the controller is, but with having that extra size and the button, the control sticks are really good, so you can move it, let it go, look, and it just sits there. Some of them spring back and things like that. As you see, look, you can push it up, it'll just keep climbing. Put it in the middle, it'll just hover there. Pirouette left, pirouette right, it'll bank left, bank right, forward and backwards. If you want it to sort of come round, so you go up with the left, so that gives you the up power, then go forward and then sort of go top left corner and it'll start to turn, or you can do that, pirouette it so it'll start to spin on its axis and then just go forward. So it'll go forward and then turn and start coming back. Very small motors, as you can see. Everything is integrated into the circuit board, so the frame on this quadcopter is actually the circuit board. So if you crash it hard and you crack one of these arms, I'm assuming that you've sort of broken the circuit. So this is live. When you switch it on, which is at the bottom, and the lights blink like that, then I'm assuming that power is running through this whole board. So if you was to break the arm, say here, then the circuit is broken unless you can get an exact meet it back up and tape it or hot glue it or something. Then I think you have problems. The motors, again, tiny little things, bit of vibration there, but that doesn't affect the flight at all. And as you can see, the propellers are absolutely tiny, but again, that really doesn't matter. That doesn't affect the flight at all. I have the white at the front, so it gives you a bit of direction, so when it's far away you can tell what's forward and what's back, etc. What else? This controller has 3 modes. So beginner mode is very docile, quite slow. Then you go to 2, or sorry, straight across is 1, then 2, then 3. You've got your trim buttons here, so if it starts to spin left, obviously you press the right one and it will start to turn right. If it starts to go forward a little bit too much, then pull the bottom one and that will come left. Now forgive me if this isn't in shot, I'm wearing a head cam, and the head cam is actually, the mount for the head cam is a lot bigger than the camera, so when I'm looking at something I think I'm looking at what I'm looking at, but actually the camera is a few inches higher than that, so that's why when I'm looking down at what I'm videoing I can't actually see what I'm videoing, but you should hopefully be seeing what I'm pointing at. Now this camera is my 1080p Edge HD 10. Basically I did a review on that the other day. Unfortunately the battery had gone flat, so I couldn't actually go through the settings, but hopefully you'll see what the quality of the filming is like from this video, and then hopefully I can do another video, part 2, of going through the settings, so you can change it from 1080p to 720, I believe it's 720 60 rates per second. 1080p is 30 frames per second. And basically this is a real good little quad for a beginner. Even in a windy environment, I would say go on to number 2. It doesn't go too crazy, and it does give very stable and very steady flights. It's very, very small. You get a USB charger, which you can plug it into a computer, laptop, or a wall charger. It charges about 40 odd minutes, and it gives you like 6.5, 7 minutes of flying, depending on the weather. If it's quite windy, then obviously it might reduce your flight time by a few minutes just because it's fighting the wind. But I'm only flying it for a little bit in my back garden, so it shouldn't really affect my flying time at all. What else is there to say? Oh right, put it into flip mode. There's 2 buttons. I don't think that does anything, but this button, you click it once, and then if you want it to roll forward, push it forward, it'll spin forward. Again, it takes you out of that mode, so if you want a backflip, press it in, pull it back once, it'll do a backflip. Press it in, left, it'll roll left. Excuse me, big fingers. And again, click, roll to the right, and it will roll right. Hopefully all of these manoeuvres and all of these button presses are in shot, but I can't really tell because I'm not using a camcorder. I've got my action cam strapped to my head, and as I say, it's a little bit higher than the mount for my strap, so hopefully with the 170 field of view, the angle of this is 170 degrees angling, so it's very, very wide. It will get a lot of top, a lot of bottom, and a lot of side, so I don't think it will make much difference, but we'll see when I play it back. If it does make any difference, then I'll have to do it all again. But I'm going to try and have a little fly now around my garden and just give you a little feel for how it handles. So firstly, I'm going to put it on the floor. Always put it on a level surface. There we go, I think that's... Try and just get it in front of me a little bit and hopefully stay there. Just a bit gusty, it's not windy, but it's a little bit windy. So I'll try and do the best I can. Keeps going right at the minute for some reason. Like I say, it's the wind, I can't really do anything about that. Let's go a bit more response in second. I think beginner, beginner's alright when it's not windy, but when it's a bit windy you need to be in 2 or 3. I just want to try and get it so you can see the bloody thing. Just to get to see how good this camera is, because the 1080p is crystal clear. I mean, I did my daughter's sports day last week and the video playback was so clear, and she was like really far away, but it was really good. I'll just try and bring it back to me. Try and do a flip. Going away from me a minute. So I'm going to do a front flip in a minute, if I can get the thing. There we go, I don't know if you saw any of that. Try that again. I'm going to go too high because it will just go away from me. I'll just try it from over there. I'm trying to get it too close and it's not really working. Quite gusty, so this little thing. It's alright, but I'm trying to video, do a stunt and keep it all in shot. I'm not really doing a good job of that, but hey ho, you can but try. Quite robust as well for a little thing like this. You know, it's a tiny thing compared to my hand, but it is very sturdy, very good flyer, really good for a beginner before you start spending hundreds of pounds on a DJI or a blade or a Typhoon. So there's a back flip. Try that again. It has a safety cut-off as well, so if it hits anything it does cut the motors off. I think my battery is probably going flat on this, so when you want to try and do a flip and see it just bumps into you but it doesn't do any harm. If you want to do a flip and the batteries are flashing, the lights are flashing like this, you won't be able to, they won't have enough power to do that, but it will still fly for a little bit longer. It's just swirling, it's very hard to keep it steady, it's sort of going all over the shop. Anyway, that's about it for that. It's going flat now, so it'll stop in a minute. So yeah, this has been Gadget Man 404. Please subscribe, like, comment. Hope you found this video informative. If not, please leave a positive comment or even a negative comment. I've had 2 people or 2 negative like thumbs downs, but they're not leaving a comment of why they're saying they don't like it. So if it is one of you guys that's leaving me negative sort of comments, please let me know what it is that you don't like, and then I can try and incorporate that to make it better in the next video. This is Gadget Man 404 out.